everybody. Good morning or good afternoon or good evening, depending on what time it is for you, where you are. Happy Saturday. Welcome to the weekend. Katie, do you have any wise words for the people? You want to say anything? Thank you very much. Today, I want to thank Digital Dave for a 7-month resub and Kinley for a 4-month resub. Thanks, guys. Happy Saturday, Hazel. Happy Saturday. We're warm. We're cozy. I didn't turn an extra light on, but I don't know if we need it. This lets the holiday lights behind me do their best work. Good noon to you. Hi, Garrett, Hazel. So, check me out. I'm level 70. I got very little gear, but that's something that I plan on tackling in a very leisurely and unstructured manner today. Honeybun Games, thanks for the 30-month resub. Happy 30 months. Hope you're well. Oh, thanks, Honeybun. Happy 30 months. I think, for a start, I should say I actually did the weekly dungeon event already. I did 4 Ruby Life Pools Mythic Zeros back to back to back to back. And I got myself a heroic Nimue neck from that box. So I got that. I slammed the sockets into it with the settings. I got myself an unlimited diamond just to have one. And one piece of gear is done. The rest of my gear cannot be spoken for. I got some adventure gloves out of one of those RLP. I'm a little salty that out of 4 runs, I only got 1 piece of loot. But indeed, we have some gloves. And I figure you can't go too wrong. Oh, you can go a little bit wrong because I'm going all the way up to the Narn Plains. And I didn't get a rep buff. Do I care about rep? Because I could get, like, if I'm going to play some of the campaign again, there's going to be a lot of rep in there for me, especially because I have some of the upgrade, the account-wide unlock thing on my main. So there's, like, flight stones that I can get. But on the other hand, shouldn't I do it with the Dark Moon Fair buff? If I'm gonna do it. Also, it's kind of a bummer that my priest is at like Renown 17, so she hasn't got the second worthy ally upgrade. It's just the first one, even though she's like really close. But I think this is fine. I don't think it's that big of a deal. Are those sockets expensive? No, not really. You want to buy 2 silver ones and 1 gold one. You use the silver ones first and the gold one third. You get 3 sockets on any neck you like. Bada bing, bada boom. Definitely do. Feels bad to get a ring or a neck. Mogs from the raid are harder to get. Kitty looked at the TV when she heard Kira purring. Keys. Oh. Hang on. Okay. That's a later me thing. So, do I have it? It's over here. Am I going to go back for a Darkmoon Fair buff? I'm a human, so it's kind of like I have a Darkmoon Fair buff. Is the Darkmoon Fair over? No, it's not over until 11:59 p.m. Mind you, there is a portal I could take directly to the zone, but the trouble with the portal is that, you know, I'm like trying to do the campaign quests. There's like some campaign quests that are going to send me in there. That's okay. We're not in a big rush. We're at level 70 now. There's no more hoarding of experience buffs to be had. Now we're just hoarding a rep buff. Big rep token when you get to the central encampment. Not a big rep for each quest. That's entirely possible. I don't remember either. I just figured it might be good to get it. DMF buff is cursed to me. I rarely die in WoW, but usually when I have the DMF buff. Yeah. It's unlike me to go back and get it. Normally I just talk myself out of it and I pretend it's not there and I'm happier for it. And that's fine, but I guess on this occasion I'm gonna go get one and then we'll make our way back and do the thing. I also have all of the weeklies to do in that zone too, so there'll be some amount of alt rep for some amount of flight stones, presumably. But I'm looking forward to getting like individual gear pieces throughout the campaign. Also, I could probably stand to do a little lap of the world quests and grab a few pieces here and there. I also bought a pair of bracers because they were the only piece in the auction house that was like a 400 plus green that was like 100 gold and not like 1500 gold. My budget for gearing up characters is I'm happy to spend it on like gems and enchants and stuff, but I don't want to spend more than like 500 tops on like a green that I'm going to replace immediately. So we're currently sitting at 347 with a great deal of heirlooms on. And we're gonna work through it. I don't have any Dream Surge gear, and I can't be bothered to go check for it. I do have some Dream Surge Coalescence, but I kind of feel like at this point, at 391, I should, like, save that to 500 to get the toy. If the toy was 500. I thought it was. Do I have a ride ticket? Is that what that is? That is a ride ticket. If you go to the portal, you can pick up the ally quest before starting. Oh. I'll pick up the ally quest before the Super Bloom at least. That usually, like, finishes it for me. I'll need to do those weeklies anyway. Add-on allowed you to change gear in one slot. I don't think that's an add-on. That's just a modifier. Alt, by default, I think allows you to see what other things that you have for that slot. And then you can either put something in your bags or you can just swap them out. I don't believe that's an add-on. Okay. So we did that. We can Hearth of Valdraken and then fly back. I would not take a flight path and fly my own dragon, but I've got coffee to drink. It is so rainy and so dark outside. I woke up for the last time and I decided I was getting out of bed because my alarm went off, and I looked at the window and I'm like, really? Is it daytime? I don't know about this. And it's mostly just because it's like super overcast. Like, it is light out at 8 a.m. here, but it's I'm not that far north. I'm not very far north at all. Hang on a second. Might do some keys on stream in a bit. I have my Darkmoon Fair buff. Away I go. Oh, we can just fly. We can just fly. We've got a nice arrow on our map showing us the way. Last time, yeah, I was up a lot last night. It was one of those cursed nights that's just not happening. I don't know what. I mean, there's a variety of things, but it was just not good. Have yourself or hub your friend or area can log in? Yeah, maybe a local outage. That sucks. Wouldn't think it'd been played since just after launch. Man, dark. Okay. I might do some keys on stream once our tank wakes up, which is an open question. But they're Easter Coast than me, so you never know. Okie dokie. I didn't check the map for world quests. I kind of thought maybe I should do. I guess I'm not doing this in any particular order. Yeah, you know what? Let's just do a little tour, and grab just like some basic world quest greens that are in the overworld before we even head in. I think I'll like that. I can get some shoulders just from doing like a cataloging quest, and that'll be something. May as well. Like your hair so much? Oh, why thank you. Why thank you. I was thinking of trying to do holiday nails, because it is December, and if there was ever a time to do holiday nails, now's the time. Then, I don't know. I haven't had the patience for it lately. Oh, I've gone too far. I gotta make some holiday cookies or something. I want gingerbread, but I don't want store-bought gingerbread, so I'm gonna have to make it. Best time to do the nails. It is. I have some Christmas style nail stamping plates. I don't know. Nail art takes like quite a while if you're doing things that involve like multiple layers and multiple dryings and whatnot. And it's not that I have enough to do something basic, but I don't know. I can't play with my puppy while my nails are dry. What if I want to go cuddle my puppy? Christmas design is the best. Yeah, there's some really cute ones. Even just glitter. I feel like glitter is a very holiday thing that's pretty easy to put in your nails. It's difficult to get off of your nails, but it's really easy to put on there. 2 hour for nail salon. Oh, I meant just at home. Unless we mean the Hazel Home Salon, which is a game that I play pretty often. I play it whenever I'm doing my hair. I like the home salon. I've never been to a nail salon, I don't think. I've never had like an actual manicure or pedicure at a professional because it just feels strange to pay somebody to like touch my hands. I don't know why that feels strange to me. It's like a pretty normal thing. It's a job that people do. And it's a service that people like. I don't know why I've got a problem with it. It's just one of those things that you like always do for yourself that you're like, well, you know, why stop now? But it does mean that in like 8 years, if there's ever some kind of social situation where people are like, oh, let's all go to the salon, I'm going to feel real weird because I will not have any idea what's going on there or what I'm supposed to do or not do. If there's an etiquette, I have missed that class. There we go. Shoulders. Consider getting those nail polishes you zap dry with a mini LED. It's actually a UV lamp, which is why I don't want to do it. I know you can like sunscreen your fingers and stuff for it, but like I'm good. It's okay. If only just for the hand massage at the end of it. I'm not big on being touched by strangers, and by that I mean I've avoided it for like years. Aside from like the occasional handshake, which I don't even do if I can avoid it, I for the most part, I'm a little bit of a bubble. All right, well that's shoulders again, so I don't need another pair of shoulders. Did I put them on yet? Oh, huge item level upgrades. Oh, I want to show you guys something that was just a little bit funny about my Bruffalon pet. I wonder if I can demonstrate this for the class. So if I dismiss Kira and I pull out the stag, who I still have yet to name, which is terrible. You know, he needs a name. But, you know, this is like a pretty big hunter pet, right? He's pretty cool. And we log out, which is going to take a second, but... Only reason I would want to be a celebrity is to have cosmetic professionals coming to me, not me having to go to them. I was watching my new favorite show ever that I can't believe is not a new show. This is what I wanted to show you. Isn't this funny? Oh man, I really love how I've customized my hunter. Isn't her hair combo just the best? Don't you love it when you go to your character select screen and you get to just really enjoy the way that your character looks? There she is! And you can position your character, but you can't move your hunter pet, and he absolutely camera blocks you with those big antlers. Oh, I love it. I hope they don't fix it. It's perfect. True identity protection. Oh dear. What was I talking about? I'm trying to think of something I can talk about where I'm not just complaining about how finicky I am. Oh yeah, so I'm item level 340. Oh no, I didn't put them on yet. That's what went wrong. I was like, I was 347 last time. 353, there we go. I'm going to try and stomach my evolving transmog until such a time as it can all catch up. There is gear-wise, so I don't need more shoulders. There's 2 different quests we can do for a cloak. One of them's in the Zerlet Caverns, which is the underwater bubble thing. And the other one is also in the Zerlet Caverns. Won't worry about that. If we slay 3 ancient proto-dragons, we can get a trinket. I'm just gonna go to... I'm just gonna take my shoulders and get out of here. That's not that many quests. Pie. Snow? Snow? No. A piece of dog hair fluff floated by me this morning when I was outside. How it made it to eye height, I'll never know. But, and I saw that and I'm like, snow? Because it was raining and it was cold. But no, just dog hair fluff, not snow. Moosey needs snow. We have too much snow. Help. Moose snow. Yeah, we'll take a little... Well, I'll take a little bit of it. The rest of the city might disagree with me. They have things to do and places to be. Fernado. He's so smooth and soft and fluffy and silky, and he's just really good to hug. You like bury your face in the fur behind his neck, and it's just like a really good spot. Yesterday, I got Xavier's shoulders. Big dog owners are surrounded by a cloud of fur fluff that will never hit the earth. 400 attempts. Nice. Moose snow or moose snow. The good pup. We did a big adventure. We've been trying to adventure in different directions and do different walks that go in ways. Now that he can like walk a lot farther, he's got more stamina and he's got more like go power. We've been able to explore more of the city with him. And yesterday we hit this long stretch of sidewalk in a neighborhood that, like, for whatever reason, it was up a really steep hill, but for whatever reason he was like, you know what, let's go, and he like really wanted to run. And I wanted to indulge him, so I was like running with him. We were just like sprinting up this hill. And I thought that would tire him out, and it did not. Usually when he gets in the mood to run when we're on a walk, if we run for a little bit, he will eventually do his routine that I call evil leash, which is where he twists his head to grab his leash in his mouth, and then he like romps like a bucking bull at the Calgary Stampede, generally protesting against the injustice of the man, I'm assuming. Sounds like he got a running buddy. The problem with it is that he stops on a dime with no warning, and he occasionally crosses in front of you. So you have to be really careful when you're actually like sprinting with him, because he's going very fast, and it's kind of dangerous because he will just like stop. And I'm working on that, but like, if you want to go for a jog and not get stuck out in your running clothes, just waiting for him to finish sniffing for a while, it's a trouble. I would love for him to be a running dog with me, and I'm not sure if we're gonna get there because sometimes Moose is gonna stop and he's not gonna go for a while. And at least in the winter, it's a little too cold to be standing around in your shorts. Flames eaten. Oh, they're in the air. That's why. I can do that. It snowed 59 hours straight this week. Holy snowstorm. White Christmas indeed. Got the Everbloom Blood Trinket after 63 runs. That is dedication. Most have spammed a dungeon since getting Changeling in Shadowlands. Congratulations. I'm so glad it dropped for you. Holy moly. Gonna eat it hard with Slam on the Brakes, dogs. Yeah. And I mean, part of it might be just that he's still a puppy, and he'll be going. He's like, this is great. This is great. Wait, what was that? And he'll like go sniff like a napkin. And you have to be on top of that. Oh, he's at a phase where he's a little, not spooked, but like a little extra spooky with things that look unusual. And it was getting like dim out on our walk last night, and he stopped for, I don't know how long, but it felt like forever. Creeping up on and being very cautious of and intermittently barking at a fake owl that somebody had just placed on their lawn. Like one of those sort of, and they're supposed to scare birds. And it wasn't even like a moving one. It was just like a little statue of an owl, and he was like, absolutely not. Woof. And you can tell when he's like actually concerned about something, because his bark is very different. And eventually I finally encouraged him to come on. He's like, okay, we can go. We got to get out of here right now. And he like started like running away. Like it was going to chase him. Knew that owl statue was haunted. He was doing you a favor. Dog is deathly afraid of white plastic grocery bags. I once had to cross a street because of a black garbage bag that was on the sidewalk. And he would not walk by it. To be fair, it smelled quite strongly of weed. And maybe that had something to do with it, but he would bark at it. He would like crouch. He would hide from it. He would not walk by it. We had to go around. Doc has a fear of garden gnomes. Careful, I've seen many fall injuries from dogs on leashes tripping people. Yep, and I bet some of them are from dogs just like Moosey. Magical. Oh no, we're not doing that one. Well, I don't remember what it drops, actually. I remember that you, like, chase the guy. We chase the podling. I guess we can go for a little podling walk. It's 9:26, so I guess I don't know if or when I'm doing keys, but I'm assuming... I'm going to assume that... Well, I don't know. If I'm still not busy by the Super Bloom time, then I'm going to do that. Are you going to run away? Or are you just going to giggle? Am I supposed to laugh at you? Oh, he hit my cat! Are you leaving? I thought they left. Laughing podling. Okay, I don't remember how to do that, so I'm gonna leave. I tried attacking him. It said it wasn't attackable. I don't have any seeds yet, but I can go back and resume the quest we were doing before. I have herbalism and mining, but they're at such a low level that I pick up like 2 copper quality of anything whenever I herb. So the best thing I can hope for is like a little bit of elemental stuff. Hi Kanzu, how you doing? These are nice quests at least. Am I going underneath? I am going underneath. Got a dragonflight a few days ago. Already done with campaign in Pathfinder. Good way to farm the Renowns. Renowns, world quests. They all have their own event, and they all, or not all their own event, but they all have their own turn-in thing associated with them, like these artifacts or hunting trophies. Do they all have their own event? Tuskar has soup. Centaur has hunts. The other 2 might not have things. But World Quest and Weekly Quest is a pretty decent way to go about it. There's no huge hurry on the Renowns. I'm going here. Do we know if there's a Dragonflight meta achieve? I don't think we do we? If we do, then I missed it. You can also, if there's a specific rep that you're working on that you're having trouble with, you can get a contract for it so that you get extra rep with that one every time you do any world quest. The other 2 have the keep thing. Is that for both of them, though? Valdrakon Accord and Dragonskull Expedition? I thought that was just Expedition. Have you done more tanking this week? Fully on the Hunter train. I'm fully on the Hunter train. I was thinking that I really should tank at least 4 2s to get that item on her, but then, you know, if she's done, then she's done. Hi, kitty cat. How you doing? Yeah. You want to sit in my lap? You want me to turn on the heat pad so that you can lay on that instead? I did the 4 mythic zeros on this character, and I got a hero neck with a lot of crit and haste. And I was looking into BM Hunter stats, and apparently anything that's not versatility is cool. You just want to keep them in high and reasonably even numbers. Look, I'm summoning extra Kiras and Mooses because I only have so many pets in my collection. It's just a variety of Kiras and Mooses. Really bad items in all the characters I did the weekly. Yeah, I got my piece that I got on my main was like an instant disenchant. I'm sure some people are out here like cleaning up with like really good trinkets. That's the good get. That's what you really want, is you really want one of those like super competed for trinkets that's like this for you. Because you can't get tier from those boxes. You could get an item you could catalyze into tier. Got a decent staff in my main. Ooh, that's nice too. Yeah, weapons are super good for sure. Just used to get transmog and upgraded it to get the upper appearance. Yeah. Not a bad idea. Okay. Does it show me world quests out here? Are any of these for gear that I need? That's for a seed. That's for a neck. I haven't. I don't need multiple world quests for necks. I have necks already. That's the one thing I already have. Well, I can do the world boss at least. Maybe if I need a break from the campaign, I'll go do that. 390 trinket my monk. It annoys me greatly. 390. Oh, it must be a really good trinket, or a real lack of other options. Bakar Moose not out. I'm using yeah, I pulled out the stag so that I could show people, and also it's kind of nice having a nasty pet out for now. I can switch it. I don't have to switch it. It's okay. Killed the world boss every week. Gave me 3 necks so far. Oh. A neck for my vault. Nothing but necks and world quests. Yeah, I crafted a lariat in my main, so necks are a totally dead slot for me. hadn't had any luck, and as an alt don't play as much as I'd like. That's fair. That's reasonable. Oh, 92. A little bit more. But these things should eventually, maybe not every step of the way, but there were pieces of gear that you got for doing this. I remember there's basically like a whole item set. If you keep doing the campaign, there's basically a whole item set you can get through it. But I appreciate that they've scaled these mobs down in a reasonable way, so that you can actually still fight them even when you're fresh item level. Because there definitely have been zones where it wasn't like that at all. I don't feel bad for having skipped Dream Surges. Okay. Watch the first piece be either shoulders or a neck. Yeah, mobs in Zero-like caverns being more dangerous than Emerald Dream. I wonder how long replaying the campaign takes if you actually like sit down and you do it start to finish. Not nothing, certainly. Hello? Excuse? Taronda, she's late. There we go. Not on this tune, no, on my main. I don't think anybody wants to bring my 100 to keys yet, and if they do, they're wrong. Okay, so I need to pick up my weeklies just to have them handy while we do the rest of this stuff. It's like a half an hour until the super bloom starts. This is supply shipment. This is just for rep, right? Although you get a seed for it too. In combination. 1 shipment of goods. I always struggle with this. I almost never do this shipment thing on my main because I just, even though Flabby's told me exactly what to do for 2 separate weeks running, it still confuses me for some reason, just trying to remember what I'm trying to buy. A few hours if you skip non-main quests. That's what you said about your DK. Yeah. When people took me to keys and it was, you know what, it went fine. So that cost 284, that's 90. I think that's going to be the one. So I want 6 of these, I believe, which means that I want to screenshot this so I can see what I'm getting here. I just bought a ton of these mats on my main just to have so she can do it every week, but here, and then we can take scale belly mackerel. So I don't know how many of those to buy. I'll buy like some scale belly. Because they're pretty cheap, so I could buy like 500 and it won't be a big deal. Mollusk meat. Mollusk meat! I must have had caps lock on the last time I did that. So, times 6. 90. Basically 90, but here, we'll do 2 weeks worth. Just in case I decide to do this again next week. At least something's using up all these super cheap mats. And then burly bear haunches. Okay. And then I'm gonna remember where this is. I always forget where this is. It's like underneath the S of Amirdrasil. The little campy camp. Also, I should make sure I picked up the rep weekly. There's just so many quests here. Do you have the rep weekly? No. You have the flight path. I know they all give me stuff, but it's too many right now. That's Rathian. He's busy. I've decided for him. You'd think I'd remember which ones. I think it's her and it's him. So that, yeah, you have Worthy Ally. Just make sure I get that. And then there's the mailbox. And then you have the Dream Seeds one. And then I may as well stop by Chlorel just to pick up the Super Bloom Weekly, just to make sure I have it on me before I do anything, get carried away. Grab the flight path. And go to Underneath the Essa mirror. Yeah, here. Okay. All right. We're doing it. So I need to make one of these and then 5 of them. Because now she'll take another 5. So much easier with the dino. Because, yeah, that first thing got me... That first turn-in got me a seed. And when you're on a fresh character, you're kind of short of seeds. Plus, I got 549 Dream Warden's rep. And then I got... Yeah, see, I'm already, like... I'm already, like, 1,100 through the rep just from that. Holy moly. That's a lot of rep. Yeah, I got 1,000 rep from doing those 2 turn-ins. Mind you, I have Darkmoon Fair plus human buff, so it's not... Like, I do have some buffs, but still. It's pretty cool. Pretty good. And I have 1 purple seed and 1 blue seed. Is this for a purple or blue one? No, luck would have it it's for a green one that I don't have. Never mind. Punctuelis, thank you for the 22-month resub. Okie dokie. Well, there's an Emerald Frenzy. That'll get us another seed plus a little bit of dewdrops for stuff, assuming that I can do it on my own. I'm scared to pull a lot of things. I have an endurance pet out. Everything will be fine. It just might not be like a 2-pull thing. On my main, you can come by and swing through here, just like pull a bunch of stuff and just rinse it down in like 30 seconds and then be done. Adrenet, thank you very much for the brand new sub. Appreciate it. Going to bed now. Good luck on the stream. Oh, thank you. It's definitely cozy warm weather. Cozy warm sweater. Not weather. Sweaters because of the lack of the weather season. I've been in my eternal battle to try to free this particular sweater from... I like put it through the wash with a bunch of hair shavings by accident once, and it became immediately super cursed with them. And then ever since then, I've been employing a variety of methods to free it from this curse by using the dryer and lint rollers and shaking and tape and hand picking these little hair shards out of it so that it's not super, super itchy to wear because it's got like lots of little tiny pieces of shaved hair in it. And it's like almost better, like I can sort of wear it, but it's... My logic now is that the only thing left is to wear it and hope that they just like work themselves out. Lost my favorite sweatshirt to a similar situation. Yeah, I'm not giving up on this one. I can't. It's too cool. It's too cool. And it was vintage, and I learned my lesson. I've learned. I went to a random electronics store. Wanted to look for a new monitor. They didn't have many, but I got a Red Panda Squishmallow. Sure hope it'll stay at 1. What do you mean stay at 1? Whenever I type Twitch into my search, your channel's what it auto-completes to. One of my else got 3 cloaks from the weeklies, and I already had a cloak. Oh, make a whole bed with that. Oh, that you won't buy more. Oh, I see. What's the name of your red panda? See, I also once thought that that would be the case for me. That I would just have one. Some people have self-control. I'm just not one of them. Alright, and then that gives me a seed. So I now have, 100 dewdrops. I could contribute to a couple seeds here and there. I think that rare is probably doomed. I don't think that rare works properly. Should I go to the world boss? Let's do the world boss. Let's just find out if anything's gonna drop for me. Doesn't have a name. Bad at thinking of names. Childhood dog way back when, but named by my brother. Sometimes they come with names. You might be able to, even if it didn't have a tag on, you might be able to look it up on the Squishmallows wiki and find out, based on what it looks like, what the name of it, what the given name of it is, because they'll have like a little biography. Oh, this one is. Oh, all right. Well, we have to plant our purple seed. We just must. We simply must. Purple skunk called Sloan. That was pretty cool. World does indeed need more purple. DVK Joe, thanks for giving out some gift subs. Appreciate that. Congrats to those who picked them up. I love this one because the sweater, because it's got like the bonsai art on it that I think is super cool. And then the copyright on it is from 1992. And I was born in 1992. And I think that's pretty cool. It was like I was meant to find this one. So I can't let it go. I need to just like keep it inside out on my lap like a Bond villain's pet cat, and then just like pick little pieces of hair out of it over time. CC the winking red panda. Aww. Wary of white / almost white clothing. I don't mind proper white clothing because even though it's not the best thing for the fabric and you don't want to do it all the time, you can, in a pinch, bleach it. And then it gets like super white again. I do that with my white towels and sheets every now and then. I also, for whatever reason, kind of like the smell of bleached linens. Like it reminds me of hotels. Surprised you know that much about James Bond. It's because I've never seen one of the James Bonds, but I did see Spice World, and there was a villain in Spice World that I'm pretty sure was trying to parody James Bond that would have like a cat and then like a rabbit and then maybe like a third animal, and was doing that same thing. Close enough. There we go. We got our Dream Wardens Drop Weekly already. That's crazy. That's so fast. That should give us a piece. So let's go turn that in. Well, the world boss is right over here. I haven't seen Austin Powers either. We can play the what movies are you appalled that Hazel hasn't seen game all day, but it's not going to make me feel any better about myself. Or is Thor. Although I suppose stream is not necessarily to make you feel better about yourself, and if you're using it for that purpose, you're in for a bad time. I want to join that one. And I want to make sure I've turned off my taunt, because it is a boss and I'm not trying to tank it. Spice World was my favorite film as a 12-year-old. My partner found it somehow. It's not like available on any streaming services or to buy. There's DVDs you can buy, but it didn't have a DVD player. But he found, and I'm not going to ask for details because I don't want to know, but he found a file that we managed to load so that we could watch it, and it was every bit as incredible as I remember it being. If I got this druid form, I would probably start tanking. It's so cool. After watching the movie, I went on like a week and a half long playing the Spice World album revival in my kitchen while I was cooking. Or doing dishes. Did you guys ever see like it's a reality show basically. Reality / decorating show, but it seems to be largely a reality show. Called $1 Million Decorators. It apparently aired on Bravo in like 2011. But the first season of it is on Netflix, or at least it's on Canadian Netflix. I can't speak for the other ones. And I just started watching this a couple days ago. And I'm like in love. It's so ridiculous. It's about interior decorators and designers working in that area, but like the ones that do the super wealthy houses, so they've got like multi-million dollar budgets for it, and the people are so ridiculous and funny that I'm enjoying. They say the wildest things and I get an enormous kick out of it. It's so good. Did it start? It didn't start. What is happening here? Time remaining. But it's 9:46. How can the bloom be blooming? I'm leaving. I don't trust it. I don't know what's going on. Oh, there's a seat over here. Reality shows are seldom my thing. Reality shows are occasionally my thing. I can't pretend I'm too good for them. I'm totally not. Not that you were. But it seems to be, it's like a product of its time, but it's, holy moly. Yeah, it's very unhinged. And I can't say character because it's like a real person, but the intro to the show that sold me on it was like an interview with this one like really successful designer, I guess, and he said, "I moved to Hollywood to become a star, and instead I became an interior decorator star. It's fantastic." He sounds, when he's speaking, he's actually English, apparently. I had to check. But he sounds like, if you remember the Friends episode where Jennifer Coolidge plays a person pretending to be British, he sounds exactly like Jennifer Coolidge pretending to be British. It's so funny. It's fantastic. He's one of my favorites. Hi, Scarlett. Welcome. We were discussing unhinged reality TV shows. So I did the world boss. I think I must have gotten nothing because otherwise I would have noticed. I got a dream seed and that's about it. And then I was heading back to turn in the weekly. That's right. But if I can plant more seeds, I have 2 more seeds. I'm going to need to pick up another one from something. I think, yeah, this world quest would give me a seed if I can do the tangle. Oh, that world quest sucks. It takes too long. But if I can do this world quest, I'll get another seed. Oh no, I'll probably get one from turning in the weekly, eh? What not to wear? By Trinity and Susanna. When you start a new character when leveling, what do you do to get to 50? I do 1 to 60, depending on the character. If it's a DPS character, I will level in Chromie time set to Cataclysm and just level in like the old vanilla zones. And if I'm doing a healer or a tank, I'll usually just queue random dungeons in various expansions. But that's not necessarily the fastest way to do it. That's just my comfy thing. Okay, so we get a satchel. I got a pet. I got an extra snoots. Oh, I got a ring. I have an heirloom ring on, so 441 is a pretty juicy upgrade. There we go. And then, did it give me like a seed? What about an item? We're getting all our Dream Wardens rep. There was 1,100 from that. I got my Splintered Spark. I got some Drake's Crest. I got a lot of Flight Stones. Okay. What do you want now? Oh, free stuff. Thanks. For the first time in like 2 years, I've cooked a meal for only myself instead of just throwing something quick into the microwave. Nice. I know that feeling. I had a decently long phase when I was cooking for just me where I ate largely oats with the occasional toast. Oh, catch-ups. Okay, so we've got sparks. I don't want to actually like combine my splintered sparks because it's going to eat up all of my flight stones, and until I'm ready to craft something with those sparks, I don't want to do that. Upgrade an anything here. That's got Versa on it. Let's do this one. Oh, I don't have Worm's Crest. Of course I don't have Worm's Crest. And I just slammed 20 into the shoulders. Why not? And then that'll give me some more. And that'll give me some more flight stones and crests. Make sure I delete my heirlooms as I go so my bags don't get too crazy. Oh, that's a Dream Bloom petal. That's an herbalism knowledge thing. I'm like, that's a funny looking seed. It's not a seed. That's why. Bags clean, organized? Nah, they're just alt bags. It's easy to be clean and organized when you just get rid of everything. I'm gonna send my bank alt that piece of Dream Bloom gear, and then I'm gonna just delete a bunch of stuff. Here, I don't want those. Or the apples or the elemental motes. Titan Relic can hang it over here with the other things that I'm not going to turn in. And then I've got a Black Cold too. That's a later me problem. What do you recommend to get more of the purple seeds? I think they're just kind of limited. I don't know if there's a way to grind them, or if there is, I don't know about it. Am I doing world quests now? I know I'm in 8 minutes the super bloom starts. So we'll do that. That'll be good. We want to plant more dream seeds too, because this dream seeds weekly will, well, I mean, it'll be good for flight stones. It'll be good for flight stones. I leveled this character. I did not boost it. Is your pet a moose with a rhino horn or a rhino with moose antlers? It's a Bruffalon. It's so large that when you're on the character select screen, if this was your active pet, the antlers completely obscure your character's head unless your Bruffalon is itchy and like twist to the side. Yeah, no. The last time I boosted a character was for the previous variety show. I needed an alt on like another server. Or I needed an evoker on another server or something. And they weren't able to get... I just ended up using one of my boosts because there was like a tactical issue. I haven't boosted a character for me in a long time. Because usually boosting a character is a great way for me to not... Oh, they're going to give me a weapon. Yes. I needed a real bow. I was using my heirloom bow still. It's usually a great way for me to... whatchamacallit? Not play that character anymore. I just lose investment in it. Flight stones for that. You can buy seeds for Dragon Ale supplies too. Oh. I've got frozen veggies and tofu for like 4 years. Yo, those big bags of mixed frozen veggies that are just like peas and green beans and like little carrot pieces. I eat those as like a side dish. Or occasionally a main dish. On a not unregular basis. They're like the only affordable vegetables. If you want to buy fresh broccoli, it's like $4 or $5 for a crown of broccoli. It's silliness. And you know, you can put them in stuff, you know, like you're making rice, you put in some mixed frozen vegetables. You're making some noodles, you're making some pasta, you're making a casserole. You know, you just add some of them in and then be like, look, a vegetable. I did it. Great, now I'm hungry. Broccoli crowns $2 each right now. That's a deal. I got very upset when sweet potatoes were over $1 each, and then like over $2 each. I had this like idea in my head that was, I guess, irrational, that I just expected vegetables to be affordable. Like it used to be that I used to have this idea that shopping in the produce aisle was like one of the cheaper ways to get food, and that it was mostly the processed and prepackaged foods that were really expensive. And you can certainly, when things are in season, or if you're able to find the right sale or the right market, you can buy fresh food for cheap, but not to the extent that I remember it. Okay. Certain, or at least not where I live. Maybe it's different in other places. Dried lentils and the like. And even those are not crazy cheap. Like I can spend $10, $12 on like a big bag. And mind you, the big bag will last me quite a while. I can get quite a few curries out of that. But like, it's not, even rice. Like if I'm buying a big bag of rice is like $15, $20. When I'm making gold, I just get on my evoker and I craft alchemy stuff because she's the only one that's set up to do anything really. More expensive on the island, but all Canada is experiencing that inflation. Yeah. Oh yeah. I'm just happy I can afford to buy food. I complain about it, but I can get my groceries. It's not an if, it's not an if I'm gonna eat, it's a what I'm gonna eat, and that's pretty lucky. I planted a seed. Willing to do low keys. Well, thank you. I don't know if I'm gonna do any this morning. I might do. I might get engaged to do some keys with my regular group on my main in a bit. Maybe. But my hunter, I guess today's Saturday, so I only have one more day in my stream week before it's Monday, Tuesday all over again. Have you tried the SOD server? I played for a few days. I had a lot of fun. I'm just not in the right mindset to really get into Classic right now. I'm having too much fun playing retail. I'm enjoying Season 3, and I'm enjoying, like, trying out alts in Season 3 a lot. These last 2 seasons have been really the first time ever that I've actually gotten, like, excited about and really into, like, gearing up and playing a variety of different alts. Normally, I would tell myself I was going to play an alt, and then I wouldn't do it, and then that would just be the end of it. That would just be what happened. 2 more seats. Do I have 2 more seats? I have a blue and a purple one. And then might get a piece for the 8 and the Accord, actually. Once we get a Super Bloom done. And we get a piece from the Super Bloom, too. So there'll be some more gear from that. That's a side quest. We want to follow the campaign quest. Last 2 seasons have been really friendly without leveling and gearing in general. Once you kind of get the hang of the crest and the flight stones and stuff, it always makes me want to do it on more characters. You know, like I look at all the Whelpling crest and the Drake crest that I get that I don't need, and I'm like, man, it would be kind of fun to have a character that actually needs these things. You know, like you can take a character pretty far without having to do very, you know, demanding content. Jacob, thank you very much for the 29-month free sub. Super appreciate it. Also, the Specs had a brand new sub a couple minutes ago too. Appreciate it. Riok got a gift sub from an anonymous gifter. Super Bloom has a weekly quest that gives you most of your benefit from it for the week. But aside from that, you can do it as often as you want. I don't believe there's any kind of a daily loot lockout, or if there is, I don't know about it. Burning Barrow assisted. They want me to like go in here? It looks like it's on fire. Ow. They do want me to go in here. Craft some gear my warrior alt. Not sure I want to spend the gold. Yeah, that's fair. Imagine the gold that you're going to have to spend if you get the axe to drop. I kind of don't want... I mean, it's going to be a non-issue if I don't play anymore in my Death Knight, but I kind of don't want to get the legendary axe to drop because I don't want to feel like I have to make it. I want to just let it pass me by like all of the rest of them so I don't have to spend any of that gold. I might want it eventually for the transmog of it, but... I don't know, melee weapons aren't my top thing to mog. It could be much later in the list. Finally got a dream stag to drop from a seed. Nice. I found those to be tougher. I mean, I guess it's just RNG, but I also had a hard time getting a dream stag. I only got my first one like quite recently. You don't have to spend any gold. That is true. I guess you could farm everything. You might need a couple professions. Hope materials get a lot cheaper by then. Yeah, maybe. Yeah, crafting it for T-Mog might not get cheaper in future expansions. The one thing about the mats is that if they're mats from this expansion, then when the next expansion starts, people aren't necessarily going to be farming them as much. Like, yeah, there'll be less in demand for current gear, but the supply is also going to tank. So maybe it'll be cheaper, but I wouldn't bet the farm on it. There can be some old mats that hold value incredibly well because of being needed for cosmetics like that. Make a hunter alt. Daunting to press 4 buttons, but I main arcade mage. Am I helping? Yeah. More or less. I appreciate that my plater will color a mob's nameplate differently depending on if I need them for a quest. This kind of like orangish color means that I am on a quest that requires that mob, and that's super convenient. I think I would really miss that if I ever tried to play without plater. I've gotten quite used to that. Where did my kitty cat go? Oh, she's on the heating pad. I was gonna put my feet on it, but it has been claimed, spoken for, occupied. Might just SSF it because crafting it would cost like half my gold. Yeah, this is a human hunter. I gave her short pink hair like me. Does normal UI do that? I know that it does a tooltip. I didn't know if it did the nameplate over the head of the mob. If it does, that's great. I haven't been happy with normal nameplates for a long time. It's been my least favorite part of the remaining default UI. There we go. That took me a minute. It does, but they're too small for me. An exclamation mark. Ah, I see, I see. Is there like an exit? Is there like a teleport out of here? Oh, I see sunlight. That could be a good thing, or it could just be lamps. Is this it? Have we done it? I think this is the way out. Super Bloom just started? Okay. I did survival in when did I do survival? Was it BFA? BFA was a while ago. Maybe it was, I don't know. I had a Volpera survival hunter for a while that I don't have anymore, but I had it long enough to do the mage tower on it. All right, so we're getting a cloak. I'm gonna take haste mastery. That sounds good. And then let's go super bloom it up. Let's go do it. Maybe I'll get lucky and I'll get some BOE greens to drop during the super bloom. Time rift also just started. Just saying. Oh, I should plant a seed while I'm in the area. You guys usually join groups for super blooms, or you just kind of like let them be, hope for the best? I don't like any of those. Join groups, just follow. Let them be unless no one is there. Yeah, I think I'm just going to hang out not in a group unless it's like super empty. Now that it's Saturday. I mean, on one hand, Saturday morning. On the other hand, let's look for a group. Could be better. Custom, find a group. Super bloom. Mode off. Yeah, there we go. Ideally, yeah, you want one that doesn't have the green bag yet so that we can get the green bag, but with enough people that they can actually do it. I got it earlier. I went and picked it up. That's a good thing to check, though. That's the kind of thing I would forget. I also have the super bloom for 8 India Court, so I'm going to get double duty out of this. Forget about 99.9% of the time. My biggest weakness with this, and I've complained about this before, is I always just forget to tag the boss at the end by the time I get to the end. I've like stopped paying attention by that point. But not this time. Not today. We can change. Is this a cool bow? It is a pretty cool bow. Maybe I'll put together... Well, I mean, I mostly want to wear my casual mods, but maybe I'll let myself wear all this Emerald Dream gear for a while. Quest giving follows the group. Mighty Roar, spam it. Constant run speed for everybody. Where do we rank the Super Bloom in comparison to the other public events of the expansion? I feel like it's in my top 5, but 5 is a pretty big number. On par with researchers. I think I like it a tiny bit better than researchers. Actually, I don't know. Researchers felt faster, but researchers also felt laggier. And I didn't like the things in researchers where everybody, like, you're trying to turn in things, but only one person can do each thing, and you just feel like you're running around not getting any of them. How many did they do in total? It depends on which ones we're counting, but you could say things like the assault and the dragon, like the keep assault, soup, centaur hunts, primal future, time rifts, researchers under fire. This one. Too much running with researchers. Yes. I think soup being popular really made them, they've been chasing that soup high ever since. Unruffled Cat, thank you for the 4-month resub. Ad reminded me to resub. 10, something like that. I know that they said that's like the theme of Dragonflight, or like the experimental thing that they're trying, and I hope that they've learned what they wanted to. I don't mind public events. And I think that they've probably learned a lot of great things about how to make them stay relevant and stay doable. And I think it's great to have something like this to offer decent gear to outdoor players, or just supplement to alt catch-up and gearing, like every major patch. But I feel like having new ones every off patch as well kind of ends up diluting, like, it makes it confusing. People don't know, are they supposed to go do all of the old ones? If so, which ones, in which order? How hard are they going to be to do once they're not popular anymore? Like, they just kind of oversaturated it. I feel like one major one per patch, and then having just the one that's giving relevant gear, and then you can go back and do the older ones for cosmetics, is maybe a nicer place to have it. And I think that might be where they're, like, the direction that they're going. Didn't like researchers before the achieved, especially the non-Titan side of it. Soup's nice because it's confined to a reasonably small place. Soup was cute because of, like, the theme of it. And I don't know. I liked the doing your own individual task aspect of Soup. Doing these mega combined tasks makes me feel like my contribution is arbitrary. Like, I'm just shooting because I feel like it would be rude for me not to. I don't feel like I'm actually helping. But, you know, like with the soup, that chef was like, hey, I need you to go get a frozen fish and chuck it in this soup. And I was like, I can do that. Not so much of an event, more of a constant barrage, yeah. I can't believe it's Saturday already. Weekend comes back so fast. Still do Soup with the flavor pockets, yeah. I can't play without a flavor pocket. I know it's like I'm not outspending on food versus what I would spend to get a flavor pocket on alts, but I still miss them on my alts. My main has one for sure. So happy it's the weekend. I need to clean again today. Mr. Moose's shed hair has a tendency to find each other, and each day you see the clumps accumulate into larger and larger beings until they threaten to become beasts unto their own right. They're about to start prowling the halls if I don't vacuum. Week and a half and I'm off for the holidays. Oh, very nice. Moose made dust buddies. Moose buddies. He also, you have to clean him up because if you don't, he eats them, which is very weird and not very good for him. I don't know why he eats them. I don't know what could be possibly tasty or delicious about them. But you gotta be careful when you're sweeping because he'll walk up your dustpan and just go, ow. Puppy, why? You're either cleaning or on the way to the next cleaning. It just feels so nice when you've done it, you know? He wants to get them back. Have that with 3 cats. Maybe he's just trying to help me clean. Whenever I'm done vacuuming and I put it away, he usually just like walks around the place and like looks at the floor like, okay, this is kind of weird. Moose's coat's a little bit of an open question because he's such a mix. He certainly has a double coat. I've never had to force dry. Like, I've had double coated dogs before, and I've always found that I could just brush them, ideally outdoors, and then that would shed their help them shed their undercoat when they needed to. Are you over Super Blooms taking forever if they're in your top 5? I mean, I only do them once a week is the thing. It's like, I think time rifts were more fun, but time rifts I would also do more often, so it was kind of important that they were more fun. This does feel like it takes far too long, but that does give you like more time to like come and make it in, I guess, and if you only need to do it once a week and all, then it's not so bad. So interesting with mixed breeds. His DNA test said that based on his DNA, his ears would most likely stand up, and that was the one thing that it's been wrong on so far. I think they would have done it by now. My boy's got big floppy half up, half down ears. They don't take forever, they're like 15 minutes. In my opinion, that feels like forever. In my experience, it's too long for me. They should let you skip to the end somehow. Even though it's on par with time rifts in terms of time to complete. Yeah. Maybe it's because it mostly feels like you're just kind of doing anything and it doesn't really matter. Like your contributions don't feel super meaningful, so it's just like a big pile of stuff to fight. Slash things to click on. It doesn't engage your attention in the middle of it. It's just spitting on my mug, yeah. Yeah, that's the real strat, is to just show up late. You know, you wait until like 13 minutes after and then you show up, and then you can just do like 5 minutes and be done. So, in 2 minutes of this, and then the boss spawns. This is the part that I always end up just like wandering away because I can't. It's just a bunch of nothing. Weekly things? I don't think those ones have. Well, you want to do 3 hunts, 3 centaur hunts for a chunk of centaur rep. And then like your Veldraken aiding the Accord weekly. But aside from that, I feel like you're just doing world quests. Silent6821, thanks for the 3-month resub. Yeah, time rifts had fantastic mogs and lots of them. And there's lots of cosmetics from Super Blooms as well, but it feels, I don't know, getting them feels less, it's, what is the trouble? The cool thing about time rifts is that everything, they kind of had like the bad luck protection of like the fragments and the vendors, which was not only so that if you didn't get a thing you could buy it, but also you could see what the different options were. And I think you have that with Super Blooms too. It's just, I get it confused with the Seed Bloom ones, which is different. I don't know. Trinkets for alts too. I never ended up using any of those. I thought they were going to be a really big deal, like the Valinor fragments, and I never, ever put one on. They were just weirdly placed between tiers. Okay, so we have basically no reason to hit any more of these things. Give it another minute and then the boss will spawn. I like that it is the season to wear all my fuzzy layers though. There we go. Sometimes I like to take all the bags that you get and I like to put them in a nice little row. And then after the Super Bloom's over, I like open everything at once. That's fun. Yeah, these are my healer raid frames. They're enormous. I don't do a lot of things in a full raid group. It is not ideal to have this much of your screen covered. This is, you know, when it's just 5 people, it makes more sense. Yeah, this is my brand new level 70 ult. Do the achievements. Yeah, that's not a bad idea. That's not a bad idea. What are the achievements? I mean, I guess it would probably be something that I would do on a main. There must be like a meta achievement for it, right? Oh, I'm 90 of 100 towards Blossom Bringer. That's the title that Philodin wears. Blossom Bringer Phil. Alright, where's Verlan? There she is. Saw poor Spruce Crown just walking by himself the other day. Yeah, I could swap my tank layout, but then my own frame would be huge. I need another one for DPS. At least she's dying pretty fast. Yeah, you can complete the quest if you join the raid. No troubles. Alright, I looted her. I got my small dream seed. I earned a super duper bloom achievement. I'm turning in this quest. I'm leaving the group. I have the Cache of Bloom treasures, and we got a green one, blue one. Oh, green hair for my proto drake. Wow. Purple one, and the cache. Winter's Forger's Curd. Ooh, a veteran bow. And then an insignia. I've lost my Darkmoon Fair buff, so I should sit on that for now. Ugh. For all the difference it makes. Ah, crit mastery bow. Haha. Here we go. Now we're talking. Plus I got the transmog for it. We can get rid of that. Don't need that one anymore. I need to plant like one more seed, to be honest. And then I can turn in my weekly seed quest. And I think that'll give me something too. Here, let's plant an epic one if we can. Wish gnomes had more customizations. Favorite way to level alts? I mostly just like questing through my favorite questing areas. I just go to my old zones that I'm all nostalgic for. Do that. Alright, 3 minutes. I feel like I should hang out here, though. Oh, no, I don't have to hang out. I mean, I can, just to remember to loot it. If I leave, I'm going to forget to loot it. I'll just sit for 3 minutes. Any mounts from seeds? Yeah, I got one, I think. What do they call it? Dream seeds? So I got the Winter Night Dream Saber, but I got one more that was actually from... I'm trying to like filter it properly. What do they call it? So Seed Bloom or Talisa. Yeah, okay, so I have two of them actually. I have a Snowfluff Dream Talon and I have the Rekindled Dream Stag. I'm missing 4 more. But as soon as I get the rep to buy those mounts for Seed Bloom on my main, I haven't spent any Seed Bloom yet, so I feel like I'm just going to get the rest of the mounts first. And then start collecting transmogs. Because, what is it? Renown. If we go all the way to the end... Yeah, at Renown 18, you can start trading that weekly Seed Bloom currency for a mount at Sylvia Whisper Bloom. So that's what I'm waiting for. I've kind of enjoyed being able to use my dream energy on a couple of different alts to fill up my collection of like the green mounts for that. Dream Infusion. Dream. Yeah, I have the only one I'm missing is the green. This is the next one I'm gonna get, but I have all of these now because I've been getting Dream Infusions on a couple of different characters just while I'm like gearing them up out here. Good news about the pet charms, by the way. Yeah, I was a little concerned when I first read the thing about how they were, the word pet charms removed always spooks me, but then I looked into it, I'm like, oh, that is good. I'm happy about that. In 10.2.5, they're converting shiny pet charms into polished pet charms. So they'll just mail you any shiny charms that you had as polished charms, and then all vendors that used to take shiny will now take polished. All sources that used to give shiny will give polished. The only loss that I could discern is that the shiny pet charmer achievement for earning 500 shiny pet charms is going to become a feat of strength for all of 5 achievement points. There we go. A couple of Drake's crests, some nice reputation. Aiding the Accord done. What are we saying? I don't think I'm going to worry too much about. I could get 441 gloves if I can get to Renown 7. Maybe I should get a Darkmoon Fair buff back. It's only for like 100 rep. Didn't know that you could get them out from a vendor. Now I'm only missing one of the purple seed mounts. Nice! Yeah, they're really pretty. They're nice. Here we go. And another ring, which is thankfully the other one. That's a big upgrade. 6 item levels just from one piece. And those are both veterans, so I'm just going to buy enchants for those. Let me get some... What's my lowest between crit, mastery, and haste? I have 2597, 1650. I'm a little low on haste. I'm going to get some haste rings. I mean, it doesn't sound as fun, but... Devotion of haste. I know people talk about haste making your character feel better to play. And I've never felt that way, except for when I'm on like a caster that has really long cast times. I've never felt like my GCD was too slow. Maybe it's more of like a melee player thing. Maybe I'm just slow in the brain. I've got tar up here. I've got some molasses. And I like a nice slow GCD. It gives me time to have a think. Feel it as melee. Forgot I had your DBM voice pack. Took me by surprise to hear you say jump. Keep jumping. You want me to press more buttons? Alrighty. I'm going to take a very short break and I'll be right back. You can't see it because it's under my desk, but you should see this cat. She looks so comfy. She's living. She's flat like pancake. Alright. Gotta be careful putting your feet under there. I was going to turn on another light. Why not? I'm gloomy. Dark in here. Alrighty. So. Oh yeah, we got Aiding the Accord done. So if I turn that in, that'll be worth something too. And we can just teleport back here if we need to, so it's not a big deal. Alright, let's try it. We're up to 386, so it's coming along. It's a non-nothing amount of gear. At least we got getting a veteran weapon's actually pretty nice. I should get a scope or an enchant or something on that. I don't know what hunters do. I guess I can find out. I can wowhead that. I've been referring to the wowhead class guides whenever I've been setting up these alts. I just go wowhead, BM hunter, enchants, and I'll usually end up somewhere to where I'm looking for. And they say to put a high intensity thermal scanner on my weapon. I can do that. See how expensive those are. Thermal scanner. Woof! Oh, I was looking at the copper one. I don't know why it was 6,000 gold. Oh, I could get a silver one for like 14 gold. Alright, I'll buy the good one. I'll be good. Sounds high tech. Enchant. Maybe. Because I don't think I'm replacing that anytime soon in this character. I think that's what we're working with. It's got good stats, can't complain. And by good stats, I just mean not verse. So that contains... Oh man, Explorer Bow. Don't need that. I could use maybe some of my cresties. I've got a couple of Drake's crests, and we've got some Flightstones, so... It probably isn't a crazy thing to do to dump a few into the weapon, if I was gonna. Weapon damage is usually worth. Because, yeah, I could spend... Oh, yeah. We could take it all the way up to 6 of 8, a 457. It'll take most of what I got, but that's okay. That'll help. Didn't I have another quest that turned in Veldraken? I thought I did. Maybe not. For a second I thought you were going to craft something. No. I don't feel ready to craft anything yet. It's a good idea, but I would almost rather... I guess I have kind of gotten my, like, dose of weekly veteran gear. I got my bow, I have 2 rings, and I got my hero neck from the weekly cache. And I guess that's kind of what I'm working with, but I would almost rather finish getting my available stuff, which I guess I have, but, like, just to see what slots I would then want to fill in, maybe? I don't know. Here, let's hide these for now. Oh, I never got a... I was going to get myself a rep buff. I can't be bothered. It's so far. Let's just pretend the Darkwind Fair is over. Ta-da! Best way to catch up on original Renowns? Weeklies and world quests and events. There's not like a huge hurry to do it. It's mostly just kind of like some nice cosmetics and maybe a little profession stuff. If there's a particular one that's giving you trouble, you can get a contract for it. Am I wrong to think someone's lazy for wanting a summon in the Murazon dungeon from Veldraken? I mean, you can think you think anybody needs anything for any reason you want. I understand both sides because it is like pretty close in terms of being in the same zone, and also if you just port to the top of the Seat of the Aspects, you can almost glide there. But compared to the other season dungeons where there's like actual portals that put you, I don't know, maybe just as close. I've been summoned to Dawn of the Aspects before. I wonder if any of these alts is ever going to grab me to the point that I want to play it past just getting like that first little bit done. Like maybe it'll be super fun. I feel like if anything was going to do it, it would be the character, because the thing that would work for me is if I started to feel like I could do like really cool damage if I just like put some more effort and time into it. Because like on a tank, I felt like, you know, all right, we've tanked it. It's about as good as it's ever going to get. Doing Season of Discovery. I did a little bit of it. I did a couple days. I'm back to retail now though. I had some fun. I didn't make it to 25. I made it to like 11. Historically, the answer is no. Yeah, true. Boosted my Void Elf Hunter. Have more fun than I thought I would with it. Have you tried out Call of the Wild yet? Yeah. It seems to mostly, because I only have 3 pets, it just summons lots of Kiras and Mooses. It just summons multiple copies of Kiras and Mooses. Mythics or LFR yet. I did some Mythic Zeros to get the weekly quest done. So she has a hero level, like a hero track neck from Nimue from that cache that we're wearing. We're happy with that. I have not done any LFR yet, though. I need 424, and then I can queue for LFR. Those are going to be some long queues. I'm going to have to, like, herb or something while I'm waiting in those queues. Captured denizens rescued. They must be deeper in. Oh, yeah. Noise. I forgot about LFR, actually. That's something that I would like to do in my hunter. I just need the item level. How is Moose? Is he enormous? Will you have a Christmas tree? How will you keep it from him? Finally, hope Kira as well. Moose is good. He's not enormous. He's not like a little puppy. He's like a dog. He's like dog-sized. He is 7 months old tomorrow. It will be his 7-month day. Although I've upgraded him privately. And when people ask, I now say he's 7 months old and not 6 months. We started rounding up. Oh, he's good. We have a Christmas tree. I put up my tree, and he's been, against all odds, very good about leaving it alone. I don't know why. I don't know what it is that entices him to become obsessed with one thing and then like dismissive of another thing, but he doesn't mind the tree. If anything, sometimes he takes naps like on the tree skirt. He cuddles up under the tree like he's a big Christmas present. Kira's good too. She's discovered the warm pad that I keep under my desk to put my feet on. So now it's hers and my feet are cold, but my cat's happy. I haven't weighed him, no. I haven't weighed him recently. His growth has definitely like slowed down. Like between 3 months and 5 months, he became a completely different animal. And I feel like he's still growing, but it's become less explosive than it was at that time. But maybe I just can't see it because I see him every day. Next week we should finally get that head enchant from Raid. Yeah, I think that's the case. I am excited about that. That should make reclear a lot easier. That should be a big power upgrade for everybody. My cat goes under the tree. But I'm glad I didn't end up needing to put up a fence around the tree because there was no room with which to put up a fence around the tree. There was no extra space. I would have had to have blocked like some door or walkway or another. There's not enough extra room for that kind of thing. A living draconium deposit. I've not heard of that. If its growth didn't slow down, you would have a car-sized dog pretty soon. That is true. That is fair. I suppose he had to plateau at some point. Oh, he's leaving. Oh, I didn't look at him. I guess it's the same thing as the overgrown autumn blooms. Did not pay enough attention to that. Oh, there's a dragon race. That's 500 gold. That could be for me. Good day to you all. Good day. Let him alone in the room with the tree at all? Ongoing discussions about Christmas trees. Yeah. Yeah, Miss is allowed to be unsupervised in his front area. He's proven to be pretty reasonable. He doesn't really get into stuff when we're not looking. He gets into stuff when we're looking. Like, he only acts up if he has an audience. And to the extent that if he's, like, romping and he just, like, won't settle down, we can both leave the room and leave him alone, and then he'll be like, fine, and he'll take a nap. It's pretty funny. He will go harumph, and then he'll drink, like, a liter of water, and then he'll lay down. But that's, you know, it's all very specific to your own animals. He is not allowed unsupervised with the kitty cat. He is supervised only. Good shows or movies recently. I'm obsessed with $1 Million Decorators. I'm obsessed. I'm mad that there's only one season on Netflix and I'm only like 4 episodes in, but I know, I just can tell I'm gonna need more. It's scratching every itch that I've ever had. What is this show? Oh, it's like an old reality show that ended up on Canadian Netflix and possibly other Netflixes too. I don't know. That is about really, really ridiculous wealthy people decorating the homes of other ridiculous wealthy people, and them having really silly wealthy people problems, and it's really funny. Crit mastery, haste mastery. Haste. That's for a belt? Yeah. There we go. Big belt upgrade. And a Dream Research Purse. What's this world quest for? Flame Portals closed. Are they dead? It makes more sense now that I know that the show was taped in like 2010, 2011, because for a while I'm like, why does everybody look like they're dressing like it's the year I graduated from high school? There's like scarves and like side bangs and then I realized, and then because the show was so funny that I thought it was modern. Like I thought it was new. But then I realized, oh no, this actually is like 2011. That's why the eyeshadow is so frosty and the scarves are so ever present in the summer. My favorite silly problem. I mean, they're mostly things that don't sound as funny. Like there's fallout because of a drain that was circular and not square. It's mostly the characters, like the people and the things that they say, both privately and to each other. Okay. Back to Amir Dressel. Automatic assumptions they have bad taste. Don't get me wrong. I think a lot of... I mean, taste is very subjective, so I hesitate to say that this stuff's really ugly because I think a lot of it's really ugly, but like, my taste is valid within the borders of my own home and only there. Like, it's not like I'm some authority on it. Everybody likes their own thing, and a lot of them do turn out better than you expect them to, especially once they get all the things in there. It's just yeah, it's more about the people. Somebody will be like, "Where were you? You're an hour and a half late," and the person's just like, "Darling, I had a morning. Never mind." And they're like, "But you're an hour and a half late," and they're just like, "Let's not talk about it." So how are you? I've had the day. $1 million decorators. Okay. This way. All the way up there. So now I can get some 441 gloves on from her, I think. Yeah, I want to do that. That's an upgrade. It's Versa Mastery. Oh, there's a cosmetic bow I don't have. Of course I need it. And a shovel. Don't mind if I do. You're not selling me on it? Maybe that's fine. Yeah. It probably is. That's just the thing that I was watching. Oh. How did I land on it? Oh, just doom scrolling on Netflix looking for something to speak to me. Saving the current season of Bake Off for my holiday break. So much stuff on Netflix, kind of nuts. Yeah. Oh man, I'm having one of those days where I'm not feeling particularly entertaining. I just don't have anything to say. There's not a whole lot going on up here. That's okay, we all have days like that, but I always feel bad about it when it's a day that I'm streaming. And I only stream 5 days a week. It's a VOD that's gonna go on YouTube and someone's gonna click on it on purpose and they're gonna watch this and they're gonna be like, really? This is all you got? Starting dungeon. I'm distracted. Trying to contact you about your Dragon Running extended warranty. How's your Hazeline alt doing? I don't think I've played that one. What kind of salad dressing do you subscribe to? It's bold of you to assume I eat salad. You haven't turned her into a disc alt yet. No, I need the randomizer to tell me, to make me do that if I'm gonna do it. The odds aren't good. Salad dressings, it's dips. Yeah, I keep a bottle of ranch around to dip my frozen pizza into, like a cultured woman. You're not being annoying at all. You're fine. No, somebody keeps ranch in their nightstand. That is brave. I want to say that it should be refrigerated, but I guess I don't know what's in it. It would surprise me a little bit if it involved any actual dairy products. I feel like it's from the same family as Cool Whip, which is to say, like, petroleum. Okay. I'm actually not minding replaying the campaign in this character. I don't know why. I usually loathe this kind of thing, but I feel like it's nice just getting the occasional piece of gear that fills in one of these slots. And some flight stones, because I know that on Scary I was starved for flight stones replaying through all this. Is there anything good for like the next couple levels of Dream Warden's Rep? Anything cool for getting to like 10? You get more flight stones and crests at 8. You get free seeds at 9. 10 is just supplies. You're not wondering why someone would have ranch in their nightstand, just interested in the logistics? Yeah, pretty much. Need them too. And here. What a time to come back. Do I eat in bed? No, but I don't want to. I can't pass judgment on anybody else for how they choose to live their life. I used to hide food in my room when I was a kid. I would like pilfer granola bars and stuff, and I would hide them behind the books in my bookshelf. I don't know why. Looks so bad with a 9-month race. Thank you very much. Enchant for profession gear. One for the fishing pole. Not that I know of. No. I don't think so. It's been a long time since I thought about the fishing stuff, though. Secret midnight snack stash. I don't know if I ever would have eaten in the middle of the night, because I very much would not eat after brushing my teeth. I don't know who drilled that out of me, but they did a good job. Sneaking pizza in a Ziploc upstairs. I would use the kangaroo pocket of my hoodie to sneak like granola bars or like the prepackaged snacks that you would take to school into like a bath, and I would eat them in like a bubble bath when I was like 9. Sometimes if I was feeling really rebellious, I'd also sneak like a can of pop, and I would like basically have a mini, very silent party. Complete with food and beverages. You knew luxury. Yeah. 415, 415. Yeah, we need the boots. It's nice that they give you options so you can kind of cover the slots that you need. You'd have to brush again or rot your teeth. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. You know what I don't understand? Spas. I think I would understand spas if I had more experience with them. They appear very lovely and relaxing. I think it's just like an unfamiliarity with them that ruins the relaxation features of it. Also, a hyper awareness of how much money you're spending to relax kind of interferes with the relaxation. At least for me. But I also I think it's just, you know, different strokes for different folks, because a lot of people I think get antsy when they're home too long or they get bored at home. And I love me a home spa day. You know, I'm lucky my place got a bathtub. I can set up whatever I need right here. What if you got a coupon? A coupon. Spa coupon. A lot of money, and after 30 minutes, I am bored. Is it a social experience, or is it a going by yourself thing? Because I'm sure both are valid answers. Never cared for spas. They're always that old people place. I went to one with my mom once when I was a teenager, and I don't think I got any treatments or anything like that. But I remember swimming in a mineral pool. And the thing I liked about the mineral pool was that they had, like, done it up like a grotto. So it was like an indoor pool, but it was, like, kind of small with little nooks, and, like, the walls were, like, made to look like stone. And that was nice because I felt like I was in a grotto. I've always liked fake rocks. You know, that you get at, like, a pool or an aquarium or something like that. I always think those are really cool. Real rocks also cool, but usually dirtier. Chromie Brichter Mythic Plus run QQ. Oh! Rain spell where you sit in a room and they run a simulated thunderstorm. It's incredible. Now that's innovation. You're not supposed to talk to other people. It's meant to be quiet. I see. I would need to be in the right mood for that. I think that would have the possibility to either be incredibly restful or incredibly boring, depending on whether or not I'm in the mood for introspection. Sound nice on the outside. Yeah, I run the risk of staying home my whole life because it always sounds nicer than going anywhere. I know you can leave the seeds and then come back, but I always think I'm just going to forget to come back. I'm not going to make it back. Besides, home has my kitty cat and my puppy dog. I don't think they would let me bring my puppy dog to the spa. They shouldn't. He would ruin the atmosphere for everybody. Be careful around rocks. If you find a particularly pretty one, become a rock hound. One day, I'm going to be like, listen, guys, so I got a crystal. Not because I think it's going to do anything, but just because I thought it was pretty, but I'm just going to have this one, and that's when you know that it's the beginning of the end for me. This is relaxing. He just napped. I don't think... So at home, absolutely. But he has not yet figured out how to nap and relax and chill out when he's away from home. I've been bringing him over to my sister's to visit. And when he's there, even if it's in the middle of his nap time and he's super tired and he's had plenty of exercise and he's had his food and he's like ready to go down for a nap, he will not go down for a nap if he's not at home in his own bed. I tried so hard, and if you're there for long enough, he eventually like starts to just like pass out anyways, but like he will romp and get into it because everything's so new and interesting and stimulating and exciting to him because he doesn't live there. So all of like the baby stuff and, you know, any like crumbs you can find anywhere are like super, super exciting. About to ask excitedly which crystal you got. Hypothetical. SOD, the amount of bag space you just showed is making me drool. When is the variety show? A good question. I guess I get older, don't sleep well in other beds. I need to redo my bed. I was all excited about this double blanket thing, and I think I've had enough. I don't think it's gonna work for me. Turns out one blanket is too warm for me. And then kitty cat sleeps right by my feet on my side, but I've like enveloped myself in a blanket taco, so I like can't stretch out my feet, and then it's you just sleep in egg form. He had a bed there. We brought up a dog bed there. I didn't bring his bed over. His bed is enormous. It would be, and I walked to my sister's place. It would be really goofy to bring his bed. It's enormous. He has not discovered heating pads. No. What do you mean one blanket is too warm for me? I tried reconfiguring the bed that my partner and I sleep in to have two separate comforters so we could each have our own blanket, so you could kind of like make your own pocket. I had read about this style of sleeping and people seemed to really like it, and I thought maybe I would like it. So I like, you know, got a second blanket and I got everything set up. And I've been using it, we've been sleeping in it for like a week or so, and I'm not sleeping very good at all. I get too warm. I think that I need somebody to disturb the pocket of my blanket. Otherwise, I don't ventilate and I just like suffocate. It's no good. It's not working. Plus, I miss the top sheet. I miss the proper sheet envelope. She prefers my bed, especially in the cold months, but she sleeps with me almost all year round. She'll kind of go through phases where sometimes she wants her own bed elsewhere, but for the most part, she just wants to sleep with me. But I can't be annoyed whenever she's like walking on me at night or getting into bed with me, because I know that if she wasn't, I would miss her terribly. So I just kind of let her do whatever she wants. I'm just happy Katie's happy. Where's Moose gonna sleep on the bed? That's the stance that my partner keeps taking. My stance is that he will absolutely not fit. There's no way, it's not happening. 2 people and a cat is already too small. It's a queen size bed, but I like to starfish when I get a chance to, which I don't. Moose has his own enormous beds. He does not need up on ours. Observe the wellspring of life. Okay. You'd have to sacrifice, yeah. And I mean, the cat's already spoken for my leg space, so I don't know where else this considerably large puppy would go. Oh. I am smooshy, though. I snuggle him. I lay down with Moose on his bed, because his beds are pretty big, so I can, like, squeeze in sometimes. And I'll just, like, hang out and cuddle him there. Because he's smooshy, and I just want to snuggle. And he puts up with it. He's real good. Saw a little shelf for cats you clip onto your bed frame. Maybe they make something like that for dogs. I'm with partner. Moose on bed. Where am I going to sleep? I am no fun when I'm not getting enough sleep. It is no good for anybody. Barrier fragments. Oh, I can hear Moosey beginning to rouse. He awakens. Whenever he's like getting up from his nap and it's like earlier than we expected, I always hear the "too soon" Executus line in my head. Or like the tree boss from Everbloom. No, he awakens. Squeak, 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 squeak. One of those people will dedicate a spot on the couch for the dog with a blanket. See, I make Moose's bed, so he has his beds on the floor, but then I make up the couch for him. One of us will, before we go to bed, because he likes to sleep on the couch, but he doesn't like it when the blanket's all like rumpled up. So I take the blanket and I fold it, and then I fold over one end of it to make like a little pillow for him, which he likes. And then I do that every night before you go to bed, so that sometimes he'll sleep on the couch and sometimes he'll sleep on his bed. It's not that he doesn't have anywhere to sleep. Did you get 2 smaller blankets or the one you already had? I got a second one of the one I already had a big one of. And this may be my problem, is that it's a queen size bed and I tried doing 2 queen size comforters. And mine, it was so enormous that I eventually ended up sleeping in what I called my taco, which is where I folded it in half and slept between the 2 halves like a sleeping bag. And that worked well because it meant I wasn't getting so tangled, but that may have contributed to the overheating problem. What did you do to gear your alt fast? I'm still kind of figuring that out. It seems to be largely just doing my weeklies. And then doing the campaign. Campaign's nice because it's giving me flight stones as well as gear pieces to kind of fill in gaps. World Quest can give a little bit more. World Boss, the Emerald Dream weeklies. I'm not really bothering with outside of the Emerald Dream stuff. It seems like if you stick to the Emerald Dream, you're going to get what you're looking for. So it just kind of narrows the scope to just kind of go there and do stuff. So the weeklies that I'm thinking of are the weekly event quest if it gives gear. So if it's like a time walking week, or this week we've got the dungeon week, that one's good. And then in the Emerald Dream, the planting 5 seeds weekly, the do the super bloom weekly, and the get dream wardens weekly. Those 3 specifically are good sources of gear, and you get the rep while doing the other 2. And you get the seeds for the planting seeds from doing the super bloom and the rep thing. So it all kind of works together. Doesn't take super long. Liquid cooling. Remember waterbeds? Whatever happened to those? Did we just collectively decide that they weren't as comfy as they looked? We're all about the memory foam now. Boosted Hunter with a level 70 boost. Don't know what to do first. Can't go wrong with LFR. With your 70 boost, you should have enough gear to queue for LFR. If you want to sit and queue for that and do a little bit of a raid. Chance to get some veteran raid loot. Still sleep on a king-size waterbed. I think I experienced a waterbed once and I don't remember when that was. I feel like it was a thing that relatives would have. Like, I don't think we ever had one in our house, but you would have, like, some aunt or grandparent or somebody that had, like, got one, and then you would just, like, go flounce on it whenever you went to go visit. Yeah. Something like that. Things from that era that I would bring back. I don't know why I can't get over lava lamps. Maybe I just need to have one. It doesn't go with any of my stuff, but maybe that's fine. Maybe I need to just commit to the lava lamp and then make the rest of the stuff go with that. You know, like center that as the cornerstone of the hazelnutty redesign. That and maybe like a fiber optic lamp. Love lava lamps. I missed those. First apartment with friends got a lava lamp. I am in lava. See, I thought that was not lava, but I was incorrect. It was. I have a lava lamp. I love it. You're talking me into it. You're talking me into it. This is how I end up with so much stuff. Lighting those places with those LED strips. They're nice for accent lighting, but they're not going to provide a lot of actual task lighting. So they're nice if you want just like a cool glow under like your cabinets or like behind a shelf or something like that. And they're pretty low power use, and they're not difficult to use or hard to install or anything like that, but don't expect task lighting from them, basically. But they give you a free crystal with your lava lamp, you think? I've been thinking I need a background redesign. I've had the same stuff for a bajillion years. And when I do my news video, I'm like in front of half of it anyways. Like half of my camera is the curtain, which has nothing. And then half, like, I need to reconfigure stuff in a way that, and I mean, Kitty hates it when I move furniture, but I need to reconfigure stuff in a way that it makes a bit more sense. Okay, there's a 3 helmet or a chest piece. Let's get the helmet, it's got better stats. And they're both equal upgrades for me. Here we go. Really want one of those big fancy reading nook chairs see all over Instagram. You should get a bunch of lawn gnomes and not say anything. What is this? Is this a super bloom? Oh, super bloom starting again. Should I do it again? I guess if I remember, I can try to like nip in for the end part and see if I get anything else. I don't know if I would get another piece of gear. I might. Doesn't give much. Yeah, I think you're right. That's not too bad. We're halfway through. $407. I feel like the Emerald Dream Campaign quests are less fussy. They're faster and they're less fussy than a lot of quests are. Or a lot of campaign quests have been. Like, they don't seem to ask too much of you. I don't actually mind doing this multiple times. I had this idea that it was going to take like 8 hours to get through the campaign again, and that's not been the case. And I haven't even been paying attention, which is a good sign. If I can do it when I'm streaming on half a night's sleep, then it's probably the right level of difficult for me, which is to say not. Plus, it feels real good to replace my heirlooms with green gear from this. I like the part where you check in on Sarah and she's like, I'm busy. Leave me alone. Okay, so I have rings, unfortunately. I don't actually need these. The first thing I didn't need. Had my company Christmas lunch this week, which was a blast. They were very generous with the wine. Are we wine people? Whenever I did drink wine, I always felt like a bit of a wine fraud. Like, people would ask if I liked it, and I would go, yes, and that would generally be the case. Because I don't know if I ever had any wine that I would, like, spit out. It would have to be pretty remarkable for that. But, if you asked me to say anything, like, important about it, I would be ad-libbing for sure. I wanna do the dragon race. I always like doing the dragon races. Wine gives me migraines, not anymore. Yeah, I feel that. Can't have one. Probably my favorite, especially rosé. Water person, no. Yeah. That's the secret move. That's the juice. I'm a carry water around with me like a safety blanket kind of person, and that's been working out for me. Big fan of that. Oh, it's up here. It's up here. Not very picky with wine. I mostly found that it seemed to manufacture fruit flies. I don't know how. I must have had fruit flies previously. and the wine just makes them discover. Last time I had wine in my last apartment, I ended up using it to bait fruit fly traps to get rid of the fruit flies while I was cleaning up. And it worked real good. I usually use balsamic vinegar, but they loved the red wine. Holy moly. Bunch of drunk, doomed flies. Prefer beer? Very chill to drink. Party? We're just happy to see everyone in person. I am every beer person's bestie because I don't like beer, so there's more for them. I will always try a little bit, and I will go, that's still beer, and then I will give the rest to whoever wanted it, which is not me. Very acquired taste indeed. Yeah. I think I'm saving my acquired taste points for cheese and coffee. I eventually got around to coffee. I never thought I was going to like coffee. When I tried coffee when I was young, I thought it was loathsome. And I eventually have completely come around on it. Mind you, not like the super, super black coffee that some people enjoy. I'm still a bit sensitive to the bitterness, but I like the smell of it when it's brewing. Found amazing cheese recently. Say more. Ended up giving it away as a gift. Have to find it again. Had whiskey in it. Imported from Scotland and aged cheddar. Oh, you're speaking my language. I do like whiskey. I don't get it or drink it very regularly, but if I was going to choose a drink, a nice whiskey or a bourbon would do it. And by nice, I mean as long as it doesn't taste like paint thinner, we're in business. I kind of like the whiskey burn. I kind of like it. It warms you up, you know? Not that you can't also get warm with like a hot chocolate or like a shower or like exercise, you know, in a much healthier way. But he'll do it. Never done a hot toddy, no. Nice special occasion drinks. This is just a... no, I am doing campaign quests over here. I'm afraid of accidentally starting to do these elite quests without being in a group. I'm always afraid of being in the elite areas. But it's okay, we're spying. Oh, they gave me like a spy button that I have not been making use of. Won't give up brandy on Wisconsinite principles. Okay. And then they want me to fall. Oh, they want me to put some people to sleep. I see. How did you get so dead? I have some weak or another that's left over from some pack that I installed that bleeps at me whenever my pet's about to die. And I just landed, bud. What happened? What's the trouble? Imagine that could be a superpower, being able to grant sleep to people. I mean, you could be a pharmacist, but it's not without side effects. Fire damage, but 15% haste. I thought we liked haste. You guys were all about it. My bear main has 42% haste. Holy. Pretty impressive. Jackson, thank you for the 32-month resub. I want more stuff. There we go. We need more. Longtime follower, thank you so much for all you do. Aw, shucks. We try. We do our best. Two more of the supplies. You think those guys are busy? I could put them to sleep, I suppose. Kind of mistaken. No time like the present. Away from my PC for a few days, just want to play my Pally. I used to get itchy whenever I would like travel. Back when I was Cata had a mop era, I felt much more attached to keeping up with like my dailies and like logging in every day. And if I couldn't, it would like bug me every time. Don't get me wrong, definitely need this break. Breaks are nice. Oh man. Oh, it's a slightly upgraded cape. It's still something. I was thinking I have a cape already. Could just get the blue version of the one I already have. Glad I didn't put Flightstones into it. I have a feeling that I was supposed to go in the building. Anybody planning any holiday baking? What's your favorite thing to bake in the holidays? My go-tos are gingerbread cookies, and then I do shortbread cookies with little pieces of maraschino cherry in the middle. Those are like the two recipes that I do almost every year, or like that's what I think of when I think of Christmas cookies. I've been seeing a cookie tin on my counter and being like, oh, I have cookies. And then I remembered that I made cookies from mousse, and those are Moose's cookies. And while I could technically eat them, I might not enjoy it very much. Confession, I like to cook, but loathe baking. That's it. Learn a proper Christmas pudding one day. Try something from the WoW cookbook. There's some really good recipes in there. Yeah, I'll get some bracers for this one. How are my Flightstones doing? 474, actually. It's catching up. You ever taste those cookies that smelled good for mousse? I wasn't, I decided not to try to eat them. I don't think they would taste very nice to my palate. He loves them. They're mainly pumpkin. It's mainly unsweetened pumpkin, and then there's also like some peanut butter, egg, oats, flax, a little bit of cinnamon, oddly, and yeah, that's about the gist of it. But the smell of them kind of gives me a headache when I'm baking them. Do you use a recipe? Would love to take a look. Yeah, it's a hand-me-down recipe. I have it on an index card in my... Well, I have the photo of my mom's... My mom has it on an index card. I have a photo of it on my phone somewhere. Thinking about making chocolate coconut balls, but realized it would involve doing stuff. Yeah, sometimes I have to trick myself into doing things like that. You ever do the thing where you pretend that you're on TV? Like you pretend that you're on like a baking show, so like you get all the ingredients out ahead of time, like pre-measure them ahead of time, and you're doing like the show prep, you know, and then all of a sudden you're on the air, and then you're like baking. It's sounding more insane when I say it out loud, but I swear it helps me like get the motivation to do it sometimes. Most of your cooking is from hand-me-down recipes. Most of my cooking is from looking up 9 recipes, realizing I have none of the ingredients, and then inventing something. Most of my baking is from hand-me-down recipes, yeah. Like my mom's recipe collection, typically. And then I've let my bread get away from me. Oh, this is that world quest. Oh, it's for 628 gold. Okay, fine. I'll do it properly this time. But I haven't been cooking very much in recent months. I've been off my game. I've been scraping by. I've been a little, as I call it, and as nobody else is allowed to call it, just me. Boo-boo. Partner will say, how you doing? I'm like, oh, boo-boo. Oh no. Honey for sweetness. Honey. Where is it? Oh, the potion turned sour. I was looking for the honey. I couldn't find it. That's milk. That's milk. That's water. Is that honey? I don't know. There's birds on it. Butterfly birds. That's fairy dust. Where was the honey? Honey mold berries, maybe. Maybe it was the berries. Gotcha. The moose is a bruffalon. Sprinkling of fairy dust. Okay. I'm doing this just for the 628 gold. I'm committed now. I'm in too deep. This isn't a difficult quest, but I'm sure somebody has a weak core that, like, yells at you. I still haven't named the Bruffalon pet. He's still just Stag. It's a real shame. He needs a good name. It'll come to me one day. Pets are trying to help. There we go. Ruffalo. He does look like a Kevin. I like this one. My phone made a noise. It's unlikely. Is it in my room? That's also unlikely. I just forgot I had that sound turned on. I never remember whether or not my phone is silenced, but sometimes my partner will text me photos of moose from the front room while I'm streaming. And they come through to like my watch my phone or something. These are real cute. Ontario Birdwatch Cam has cute Christmas decorations on the feeder. But yeah, I have a collection of moose photos that are just him hanging out while I'm streaming. From the other room. Alright, here we go. Some 421 bracers. What we really need is for them to give me another chance at a chest piece. Or trinkets. Or legs. Chest, legs, trinkets are our main points. I guess I'm getting closer to knowing what I might want to craft. Although chest and legs are tier slots, you know? It's hard. You don't really want to craft in those. Darn it. Before it gave me a choice between chest and helm, and I picked helm, and now it's like you will get a helm. And now I wish I hadn't picked helm. I didn't know. But this has gone pretty well. I think I might be able to get the 424 by tomorrow in order to do some LFR or maybe some baby keys. Would be kind of nice. Because she did 4 Mythic Zeros, she actually has 2 vault options, so even if I don't get around to doing anything else, she'll still be able to get something out of vault. Yeah, I don't usually get to the point of optimizing which tier set piece has stats unless I'm on, like, my main. I feel like I would... you know, like, if I get one tier piece to drop out of LFR and it's a spot that I already crafted, it's not going to make me feel better that it's the one with the worst stats. I'm going to be like, well, I have one piece tier now and it's the one slot that I can't wear. This one. That's usually, like, a much later optimization thing once I already have 4 set. I want to kill this guy. The Anvil's a pretty cool nickname. Sometimes I think I'm lacking in the nickname department. Seeing as we've decided collectively not to go with Boo Boo. I don't know if I qualify for Anvil. I'll workshop something. 4 Mythic Zeros for the weekly already. Yeah. I smashed out some Ruby Life pools with Philodin last night. There's groups that just kind of run it back to back 4 times because it's quite fast to do if you have a carrier too. Hello? Booza. I got a neck on my hunter. I have a hero neck from the weekly, which is something. At least it's wearable. It's better than my priest situation. I don't think I'm gonna make it to getting to keys this morning on stream. I might end up ending a little bit early. It's a nice net. Yeah. The good thing about it is that I felt motivated to buy the sockets for it and then to get a limited diamond crafted, so at least I have one, because I always forget about that. I don't think I had one on my main for like a while. Now? Okay. I think for my sanity, I'm actually going to wrap kind of early. And then be back tomorrow and see if we can get into some LFR. Having one of those days. I appreciate you joining me today. If you want to catch up on stream VODs and you don't want to watch them on Twitch, there's a YouTube channel where I post all of them. So be advised of that. What kind of a sentence is that? Good advertising, Hazel. Way to go. Thank you very much for joining me today, guys. I appreciate the company, and I hope you have a wonderful, wonderful day. Bye.